Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us. And we appreciate you watching today on this Thursday, January 29th. I'm CJ LeMaster, your lead investigative reporter and your host for the WLBT Plus Digital News Desk. I got a number of you watching right now on our Facebook and YouTube live streams, also our OTT platform. So thank you so much for tuning in. We look forward to hearing from you and hearing some of your thoughts while we tell you about the top stories of the day. We want to start with this winter weather aftermath here. Of course, we've been talking about it since this weekend, and a number of counties still affected. We now, unfortunately, the death toll continues to rise here in Mississippi. So we want to tell you at this point there are 10 dead from the winter storm. There were 2 deaths, one apiece in Hinds and Tishomingo counties, one each in Alcorn and LaFleur counties. Tate County had 3 deaths reported. And then most recently from the governor yesterday saying that there were deaths in Adams, Jefferson, and Warren County. Many of these fire-related deaths, meaning that there were deaths that involved an individual, using a space heater or trying to stay warm, or deaths related to fire from trying to keep warm from the cold. So again, unfortunately, nearly a dozen people at this point dead in the aftermath of the winter storm. Some of them from freezing to death, and others related to fire. So we also want to tell you that according to the governor, 14 people have been injured across the state. The damage is widespread, more than 200 homes damaged in Mississippi. And of course, the threat is not over, even though we've had above freezing temperatures in our area. MDOT is still reporting ice on roads and bridges in almost 24 counties, so almost 24 counties. Drivers are still urged to use extreme caution. And part of the reason for that is just because of how sorry about that, folks. I don't know why that was selected. How widespread all of this is. You got to remember, we told you about this first yesterday, the craziness on I-55 North up in North Mississippi, the chaos unfolding there. Truckers were trapped near Sardis. Big rigs lined both northbound and southbound lanes on ice-covered roads. One driver told us he saw 3 to 5 inches of ice stretching for miles, forcing travelers to stay put until conditions improved.
I've been stuck in traffic since around 6 p.m. Last night. The road got a little too much ice on it, and everybody had to stop in the middle of the interstate, and we couldn't move no more.
Now, that driver was scheduled to deliver a load to Chicago Wednesday, but now, of course, he doesn't know when he'll make it. MDOT workers deployed motor graders to problem areas like I-22, with plows following behind to clear the ice. The road closures were intentional, giving the equipment more room to effectively do the job. But officials anticipated another refreezing last night, creating a constant battle against these winter conditions.
I mean, we did not go above freezing temperatures in this area until yesterday, and it was only a small window then. We've got that window again today. We expect to have that window again tomorrow. And as we said, you'll cut hay while the sun's shining, and that's what we intend to do. We've got a all hands on deck.
The Department of Public Safety helped guide personal vehicles out of that backup on I-55. That's why most of what cleared out yesterday was 18-wheelers. It has been a few days now since Grenada was left damaged by the winter storm, and officials tell us that they're working hard to do what they can to improve conditions there. Power lines down, trees down, the sound of falling icicles fill the city as they recover from the impact of the storm. Officials say currently in Grenada County as a whole, more than 4,000 residents are without power. Some are even without water. They ask that as crews work to restore that electricity and fix damages, that residents there stay patient and connected.
It's hard to be patient. We're all out here working. All these utility crews are out here working constantly. Check on your neighbors. If your neighbors need help, if they don't have power and you do, or if you have heat, invite them in. I mean, we all have to take care of each other.
And of course, those conditions expected to improve as these temperatures rise. But this weekend, we expect to see more below freezing temperatures. Today is supposed to be the warmest that we've seen all week. A man is recovering after being shot in the leg during a carjacking attempt in South Jackson. This is video from the scene. We were first on the scene this morning on Oak Forest Drive where the incident unfolded. Police say the 58-year-old homeowner was shot after confronting a man attempting to steal his Kia Soul from the driveway. Investigators say the suspect then fled the scene with someone else. The victim was transported to a hospital where his condition is stabilized. Police are continuing their investigation and searching for suspects involved in that shooting. Now to this 3 on Your Side exclusive. Jackson Police Department's second in command is stepping down after 32 years with the department.
We've seen a lot of
Assistant Chief Vincent Grizel says he's being forced out to avoid a demotion by Police Chief Tyree Jones. He calls the decision politically motivated. Chief Jones declined to comment, citing personnel confidentiality. Grizel helped establish JPD's real-time command center and led the rollout of body cameras after the death of George Robinson. His last day is February 9th. Vicksburg's police chief is facing questions after the department failed to turn over more than 70 criminal cases to the district attorney's office for prosecution. Now, the cases happened before police chief Larry Burns took over, but concerns remain about accountability and transparency. By the way, the chief making these statements publicly after our repeated questions about the cases, and that was really the reason why they were made public in the first place. And we can tell you that 6 weeks ago, we started actually requesting interviews with the police chief. Initially, he agreed, but then the day of the interview backed out because he said he did not know it would be on camera, so he sent a statement to us instead. In all, we've requested an on-camera interview 6 different times from the police chief. His assistant said repeatedly that the chief didn't have time. But Chief Burns did find the time to post a Facebook video basically answering some questions by the city. He says that his department has evaluated these case file issues, which were first brought to light by the mayor 2 weeks ago, and is doing what he can to correct them. He says they have made adjustments in staffing, moved people around, added people to investigations, and they're trying to grow and improve here. Now, our investigation is still underway, and we found that there are more than those 70 or so cases that the mayor and police chief talked about. We also found that almost all of these are felony cases. Now, you might be wondering why this happened in the first place. And again, much of this, or all of this, happened under the former police chief, Penny Jones. We have reached out to Penny Jones multiple times. She has not, excuse me, folks, I'm sorry. She has not responded to our requests. Although most recently, I'll say this, she has not agreed to an interview. She did say yesterday that she is going to check with the police chief to see if she can say anything. She still works for the department, but she is no longer the police chief. Again, all of this happening under Penny Jones' leadership. We're also trying to get more information about, the how and the why here. We will have an exclusive investigation into these delays, the felony crimes involved, and how this inaction led to more crimes against Vicksburg residents in the coming days. We have some of you saying hi today. Mark Beamer saying good afternoon. Mr. Beamer, hope you're doing well. Britt, good afternoon. Britt, I hope you're doing well today. Jan Gibbons Hendon saying everyone stay warm and safe this weekend. We're going to try. And Wendy Holloman Daniels with a couple of pretty cool emojis there. Thank you for that, Wendy. Torsha Woods saying good afternoon. Hope everyone's doing well. On a thankful Thursday, please stay safe and warm. I like that. Thankful Thursday. That's good to remember. We have one more story we want to get to, and it's a positive one for those of you who may have been surprised about this individual's, I wouldn't say firing. Well, he was let go. But you may remember we had talked about this for a while. A major victory now from the Mississippi Court of Appeals for a former Hinds County assistant principal. Now, the court now overturning the Hinds County School Board's decision to fire former Gary Road Elementary assistant principal Toby Price after he read a children's book to students at Read Across America Day. The book was titled, I Need a New Butt. It led to Price's termination. Well, of course, he appealed to the Hinds County Chancery Court seeking reinstatement, but that court upheld the school board's decision. Now, the Court of Appeals reversing that ruling, finding the school board had no legitimate reason to terminate Price. The court also noted that Price's reading was posted on Gary Road's own social media pages and pointed out the school library contained books with similar content, raising questions about the consistency of this decision. Price also appealed on constitutional grounds, but the court declined to address those at this time. The case has been remanded back to Chancery Court for further proceedings. And that's all the news we have today. I had one more comment here from Hattie Pittman saying, we enjoy your hard dedication, investigative work for us here in Mississippi, because in our world society nowadays, it's hard to trust anyone. Well, Ms. Pittman, thank you very much for that. We do our best. And, I work with a tremendously talented group of journalists and individuals here who work on our newsroom that do everything we can every day to make sure that you get the answers that you deserve. My colleague Anthony Warren and I have worked on a number of investigations together, and his work is invaluable. His experience as a journalist in the Jackson market for a number of years is very, very much needed. And so we do everything we can. We welcome all kinds of tips too. And by the way, my email address right here. Right there. Reach out to me if you have any tips or you want us to check something out, and we will definitely start looking into it. And we can't always promise that what you send us is going to make it on air, but we can promise that every tip that we get, we're going to look into it, and we have to verify it, vet it, and see if there's something to it. We'll definitely do that. And we can't do what we do without folks who see the stuff going on and reach out to us. A good portion of the investigations that I've put out there have come from tips from other people. And so that is invaluable, and we appreciate that. That's all the time we have for this edition of the WLBT Plus Digital News Desk Update. I'm CJ LeMaster, your lead investigative reporter and your host each and every day at 1 p.m. until somebody else comes in here. I hope you have a good rest of your work week. We only have one more day left. Your First Alert weather team is going to be in here at 2:30 to let you know how much colder it's going to be this weekend and when we could expect some normalcy in our forecasts. But again, thanks for watching, and we will see you again here tomorrow at 1.